Hello everyone. Today I'll be discussing navigating the intense energetics and the ascension symptoms we are experiencing individually and collectively. So now for a while, there have been waves of light flooding the earth plane. And especially in 2020, we've seen these waves of light ramp up to another level. And these waves of light, the high frequency light codes, are assisting with activations that have been taking place and are taking place for Gaia and for the collective consciousness. Now these waves of light are assisting with DNA activations on an individual level, with chakra energy center activations and upgrades. And then some individuals are experiencing Kundalini activations. Now this is happening in waves for individuals. And when individuals go through these activations, they will experience some of the uncomfortable, contracted states of being when the individual is purging what no longer serves from the physical form. So there are some purge stages that take place connected to these activations. And individuals have been going through DNA, chakra, energy center activations, Kundalini, awakenings for many, many years. So this isn't something new, as you know. And I would like to mention that there is no need to wait for any wave of light coming in order for you as an individual to tune into the higher frequencies, to go through the DNA activations, the chakra energy center activations, all on your own, through whatever works for you. Mainly through conscious intention, we will be able to align with this state of being that allows for these activations to take place. And through certain healing modalities and ascension tools, we can do this individually, as have all the individuals who have mastered the self over many, many years. They managed to do this without any wave of light. They tapped into this frequency all by themselves. So right now, and this week has been very intense energetically, and individuals, individually and collectively, are now purging what no longer serves energetically from their physical form, which can be experienced as contracted, uncomfortable states of being. And these contracted, uncomfortable states of being, these uncomfortable ascension symptoms, are temporary. And soon after the purge, the release, the transmutation is taking place, the individual will find themselves in an expansive state of being, enjoying the pleasurable ascension symptoms. So I'll touch on a few of the ascension symptoms you may be experiencing and going through. Okay, and this is a great indication that you are going through these activations and upgrades, and it is time for you to now shift into your preferred reality experience and your preferred state of being as you are acclimating to this higher vibrational state of being. And in order to acclimate and reach this level of consciousness, what no longer serves energetically as density is being released for good. So some of the uncomfortable, contracted states of being, the less pleasurable ascension symptoms are as follows. Headaches, and sometimes can be as intense as migraines. Okay, this is a great indication that your crown chakra and your third eye chakra is opening, assisting you with receiving the higher intelligence, the guidance from your higher self and guides. and can be experienced as headaches. Also, which is not unpleasurable, but it's noticeable and it's experienced, is a loud ringing in the ears. You all of a sudden will hear a high-pitched ringing in the ears. This is an indication that you are now experiencing the high-frequency light coming in, the intense energetics, and you're going through upgrades in that period of time. The high ringing in the ears, the pitch ringing in the ears, is also an indication of your guides, higher selves, trying to communicate with you, okay, because they operate from a higher frequency bandwidth. Thus, when they come into your experience and they are trying to get your attention, there may be a loud ringing in your ears, which is fantastic. So just by paying attention to what is happening within your reality experience in that moment, okay, an answer will come through. And it's always great to go into meditation or to connect with the breath, and then you will receive the message coming through to you. Also, painful memories as an ascension symptom will surface and come up to be released. So you may be tapping into a painful memory from the past, okay, that has resided as dense energy within your physical form. And it is now time to release that painful memory with love and forgiveness for the self and the other, so that we can acclimate to the preferred state of being. Painful memories. And this can go all the way across into multiple lives that we have experienced. So we tap into other timelines that we have experienced and these memories. And it is very key not to overthink everything, to get out of the physical mind, all right, to go into the heart space. We don't have to understand everything that is going on. We know what we need to know when we need to know it. And sometimes we don't need to understand a scenario fully in order to release what we no longer prefer. It is happening automatically. Painful memories, depression, anxiety, anger, frustration with the self and others. This is a symptom associated to that period in time when the energy is coming in, the high frequency light is coming in, and we are going through the upgrades and density is being released. Nausea, vomiting, crying, intense frustration. Also an uncomfortable symptom, but this is a great way of releasing the energy. So if you are experiencing the nausea, when we vomit or when we cry, okay, and it's okay to be angry, when we are angry and we shout and we scream, we are physically releasing the energy that no longer serves, the density within our physical form, within our reality experience. So it's good. If you are vomiting, it's an indication you are releasing the energy. If you are crying, you are releasing it. Also, laughter is another way of purging, which is one of the more pleasurable ascension symptoms. If you are just going through periods of laughing and just seeing the light of a scenario situation and you find yourself laughing, it's also purging. So headaches, anxiety, blurred vision, nausea, vomiting, depression, sadness, crying. Also, physical aches and pains. You may feel tension or some aches and pains in the lower back, all the way up to the neck area, or your legs, your arms. You'll feel out of nowhere physical aches and pains. Also, what is called ascension sores. So you may see or experience blisters on your body out of nowhere. And this is an indication, and a great analogy to use is when you're going through a transformation of when you are shedding old skin. So you are shifting into another reality experience. You are going through an ascension in consciousness, and now it is showing up as some ascension sores. Please know that this is all temporary. All of these less preferable ascension symptoms are all temporary. And soon afterwards, once you've gone through a release, a purge stage, you get to experience the very expansive, blissful states of being. So these are some of the ascension symptoms. These are not all of them. People, according to their biological makeup, will experience ascension symptoms slightly differently, although some of these that I've mentioned are very common. And the more sensitive you are to energy, the more intensity you will feel when waves of light come in or when you're going through changes. And you also may be tapping into the collective consciousness. If you are empathic, highly sensitive, you may even be tapping into waves of light before they come in, the pre-waves of light coming in. And you may also be tapping into what's happening with the collective consciousness. And as we know, there's a lot of fear out there at the moment. And you may be tapping into this at times, which can be very positive. It depends on your perception, your perspective, because you are able to tap into the collective consciousness to understand what is happening with the greater whole. And you will know that when there is a big purge taking place for the collective, like over the last few weeks, there has been a big purge taking place, you will understand and be able to differentiate between what is yours and what is happening with the collective consciousness. Okay, so these are some of the less preferable ascension symptoms. Some of the more blissful states of being, the preferable blissful ascension symptoms, are as follows, and can be felt initially when a wave of light comes in. Then there's a purge, so less preferable state of being, ascension symptom, or can be the other way around. But either way, this works hand in hand with the contracted, less favorable states of being. And some of the positive, blissful ascension symptoms are as follows. Clarity, a feeling of oneness, euphoria, just complete bliss, where in a moment, all of your worries, concerns disappear. You feel on top of the world. Laughter, joy, oneness, peace, love. A knowing that you've just experienced a really big purge, and something that you may have been holding on to or you have not released yet has just been released, and you could have had this for 20, 30 years, for 10 years, for 5 years, and you've just gone through a shift, and the energy is now running smoothly through your physical form, and you feel very connected to your higher self and guides, and you feel very connected to your true nature, which is bliss, euphoria, oneness, peace, love. And also you may experience tingling in the crown area on top of your head here, which can feel very blissful and can result in goosebumps being felt all over your body when the energy is being channeled through your crown chakra. It can feel very blissful. There may be a heightened senses where you start beginning to see colors as more bright. So there is clarity. You'll see when you go into nature, when you look at plants or trees or anything in nature, you will see the beauty in nature, and everything is more colorful and brighter and looks more pleasant. You may feel heart tingling. Okay, so you may go through the heart palpitations, where it can be, and I forgot to mention that, but another symptom will be heart palpitations, which can be intense and it can be scary at times because you may feel like you're having a heart attack. Okay, this is a heart chakra activation taking place, and you're releasing energy to do with forgiveness for the self, for another, and to do with love. So, but immediately after that, you'll experience a tingling energy. So it's very blissful, where you'll feel the energy moving through your chakra energy centers, and it can be very blissful. Also, some people may term this as uncomfortable, but I've found it very, very pleasant. When we go through chakra energy center upgrades, activations, you may feel your energy centers from the crown all the way down. Usually it's from the neck down. So from the throat, chakra, heart, the solar plexus, sacral, all the way down to the root, you'll feel hot and cold sensations. Okay, I find this process, and have found it, very blissful. And this is an indication that you are releasing, so the energy is being transmuted, dissolved. So it can feel very hot, like a burning. It's burning away that energy that no longer serves. Or it can feel very smoothing and cool and calm and beautiful. So hot and cold sensations in your energy centers is another symptom. So this is these are some of the ascension symptoms you could be experiencing, some less pleasurable, some amazing. And as we go through this process with the DNA activations, the upgrades, the highs, the expansive states of being moved to another level, and some individuals now, with the recent activation that is taking place, are tapping into the Christ consciousness for the first time. And when you do this, it is complete and utter bliss, where all your worries, no matter what, dissipate in that moment for time, when you are in that state of being, when you are in a vibrational state of being, where you are connected to your higher self and guides, and you tap into the Christ consciousness. It is complete and utter bliss. And people have experienced that for many years, obviously. But now with the waves of light, there are waves of individuals who are tapping into these frequencies, which are extremely blissful. And all of these activations, okay, are assisting with amplifying, activating our psychic senses, our clear senses, and our abilities are coming online, all assisting with the individual with navigating their reality experience. So individuals, we are all in one form or another being of service to the collective consciousness. So it doesn't matter how you go about it. The way that is most blissful to you is the way. That is the path of least resistance. And your psychic senses, the clear senses, all your abilities coming online will assist you in enjoying and fulfilling your task of service within your reality experience. And it's up to you with free will how you wish to go about this and what you wish to do. So these are the ascension symptoms, contracted and expansive, that you may be feeling right now, and just know that you are not going crazy. Another big one that I haven't touched on yet of an ascension symptom when you're going through a transformation is, and it's less pleasurable, but it is temporary, you may feel that you're going crazy, that you're losing grip on reality. So confusion is one of them, because you're letting go of a reality experience, the version of you, and a mirrored version of reality that you have known for so long. So the ego, okay, only knows this, and some fear can come up. So an ascension symptom where fear is coming up of letting go what we have known for so long. So feel like you're going crazy. You can feel like there's a lot of confusion. You're losing grip on reality, and you feel very much out of place and off planet. Okay, so this is an ascension symptom, but a great indicator that you are in the process of a massive shift into your preferred state of being. So the key is not to worry about anything, and just know that yes, the ego does flare up at times during this process. Okay, so it forces us to go into the heart space, to connect with the true essence of ourselves, to connect with the guidance from our higher selves and guides, in order to hear very blissfully the truth of who we are. So these are the ascension symptoms. No, you're not going crazy, and there is clarity very, very soon for you once we let go and don't try and control the process. When we let go of what's happening and we go into the heart space, we go to the 0 point, we tap into the true nature of ourselves, the process is a lot smoother and we acclimate to our preferred state of being, and there is clarity. And what didn't make sense makes sense. And there is a knowingness of what we don't understand, we will understand moving forward. And we become masters of our own reality experience and masters of being able to navigate the less preferable ascension symptoms when the energy is very intense. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a very quick and easy tool to assist when the energy is very intense and we're not in a good space individually with the ascension symptoms, so that it is a much smoother process in acclimating to our preferred state of being and what we would prefer to experience overall. And within a few minutes, you can completely shift your state of being. So what was very intense becomes less intense. And at times, a lot of the times, we shift very quickly into a pleasant experience with this technique. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into a form of meditation. Okay, so however you go about this is up to you. The key being is that you're going to be connecting with your breath in a place of solitude for a few minutes. Okay, so you're going to go into a state of meditation, or at least wherever you are, what you're comfortable with, closing your eyes, and you're going to take in 3 deep breaths through the nose into the pit of your stomach. So taking in the air. Our guides and higher selves require us to have enough oxygen within our state of being and enough water intake, because that's the key, to connect with us, to assist us. And this is another way of asking our guides and higher selves to assist us when we are struggling, because sometimes all they require is for us to say, please assist me, I am battling with this, I'm going through a really rough moment in time, and they will come through and assist. And right now on the earth plane, the assistance is here now. It's always been there, we are always connected, but we are experiencing it on another level where we can feel and experience, and some individuals are beginning to see their guides, are seeing their multidimensional aspects. So to ask for assistance and it will come through. And this is one of the ways. So you take in 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed, going into the heart space. Now you can use the color of your preference, but right now what is coming through is the color blue, which is connected to Archangel Michael, the blue flame. All right, and is also connected to the galactics known as the blue avians, who are very powerful in coming through and assisting with calming down of the intense energetics and healing on a personal level. So whatever color works for you is the correct color. But for now, we will use the blue light. So you imagine a blue light, okay, about the size, so a little bit bigger than a baseball, glowing in your heart space. Then you continue breathing normally. And all that you are going to be doing is imagining this blue light expanding in size. So you are expanding this blue light essence till it covers and encompasses your entire being, filling every fiber of your being with this blue light. You are now completely immersed in a blue light, and expanding it further to cover and encompass your auric field, which is a few yards on either side of your body. And what I'd suggest is that you expand this light to cover and encompass the entire planet. In this way, what you're doing is creating and setting a conscious intention to not only heal the self, but to send healing out to the entire planet, which is extremely powerful. When we are doing this individually and collectively, there is great power in collective intention for healing of individuals who are going through great pain and suffering. So that is pretty much it. The blue light, just getting out of your own way, moving into the heart space. Connect with your breath, close your eyes. Blue light expanding, covering, encompassing your entire being. down to every fiber, with this light dissolving, transmuting, releasing what no longer serves. Your auric field, the room you're in, then go to the city that you're in, the country, the continent, then the entire planet. And this can take a few minutes, 5 minutes. If you wish to sit in this for hours, that's great. But it is very, very quick and easy. And when you're going through the depression, the anger, the anxiety, the headaches, the sadness, the nausea, what you don't prefer, okay, the key is to be with it. So not to resist what you are feeling. So to go into this meditative state, to not judge the emotion, the consciousness that you're experiencing as bad or as good as anything. It just is. So just being with the emotion, saying, okay, I'm depressed, I'm angry right now, that's okay. I don't judge it. I'm not resisting it, trying to get out of it. Being with it, going into meditation, knowing that it is temporary and it will pass very soon. And the meditation that I've just given you, this tool, will assist you paradoxically with shifting out of this less preferred state of being. Feeling it to release it. Feel the emotion to release it. Then bringing in the blue light and expanding it, because the guidance from our higher selves and guides is always present to assist with this process. And that is it. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that this assists. And if there has been confusion as to why you've been feeling out of sorts of late, and this week has been very intense, if you have a look at the Schumann resonance, it's been off the chart, as it has been this year. There is a lot happening for Gaia and the collective consciousness. There is magic happening in the skies at the moment. There are lots of people who are seeing the magic in the skies, and there's a lot of evidence out there that we are going through this great awakening, and Earth, Gaia, and the collective consciousness is now shifting into that of 5D consciousness, and it'll be a process, and we are all doing this individually and together, and we are assisting one another through the more difficult purge stages and the chaos that we are seeing in our reality experience and for the collective consciousness. And we are on our way, and this is what we have asked for, and there is a lot of gratitude in this process. We are a part of something truly great at the moment, and that is it for today. So thank you very much, guys. I hope this assists, and have a fantastic week. Goodbye for now.